and welcome back to my channel. I'm a bit late doing my book review pages this month because I was away on holiday in Kefalonia, which was absolutely wonderful. Husband and I had the most fantastic holiday, loads of photos to scrap. Came home, he came down with COVID, and then I came down with COVID, which I think we both caught on the plane, but never mind. I wouldn't give up the holiday for all of that. So this month I'm using True North from Traci Reed. As you can see here, I've gone ahead and I've prepped lots of it ready to do. I had quite a bit of the collection left over, so rather than printing out the 5x8 papers, I had loads of 12x12 papers left, so I've cut them down to size. I've got a load of the 3x4 cards, so I'm going to be using those to back my pieces of paper that say what the books were that I've read. I've used one of the 12x12 papers, the stripe one, to cut out the stripes to be my bookshelves, and then I've just used some of the embellishments that I've got left to make my little embellishment clusters that I like to put on. So I'm going to do this really quickly today because I'm still not feeling 100%, but I want to get this put up. So I'll pop you on to fast forward now and do a bit of a voiceover for the rest of this journal page. Sorry, the rest of these journal pages.
So off camera I did all the stamping, just stamped the month, which I've been doing every month, and then those 4 little sections, so whether for the paper, audio or ebook, and then my book of the month. And then, as I say, using the 3x4 papers to back those little squares. The photo of me reading, that's me showing you by the way that I'm running out of ATG tape, which always happens, doesn't it, to everybody who's doing a video. You'll run out in the middle of doing your video and have to reload. So anyway, going back to the photo of me reading in that garden, that's not actually my garden, that's my son and daughter-in-law's garden. I went up and spent a couple of nights with them in August, well, actually with my daughter and granddaughter, because my son was away on business in America, so I went up just to keep them company. So that was really nice. We had a fun time. We went to the zoo and we went to the park and we did painting, and goodness me, a nearly 2-year-old is exhausting. I'd forgotten, but I absolutely loved it. I had a great time. Anyway, back to this spread. Doing my little cluster here. I didn't want to print out any more of the sticker pack. I've got quite a lot of them left, so I just decided to make what I'd got work. I do love these little crabs, so I decided I'd add them on. Was just going to have one in that cluster, and then decided I'd actually dot them around the page because I've got several of them left. So having chosen where all of that was going, I moved over onto the bookshelf pages. The strips there, I'd say, are cut from the 12x12 paper that's got that stripe on it. Worked really well for these bookshelves. Just measuring to make sure that I could fit a book on top of each of those, because I read an awful lot of books in August. It was a really lovely sunny August, and I love to sit in the sunshine, so I was actually sitting outside for a couple of hours every day and just devouring books. And as you'll see soon, the majority of them I think were paperbacks. I did go to the library quite a lot. I ordered a lot to be put aside for me, and the others were ebooks, Kindle books. We've got Amazon Prime, and you can actually get quite a few books on Amazon Prime, like a library, which I only found out last year, and it's excellent. You get some really good books on there. Doesn't cost anything. It's not the unlimited membership, it's the Prime membership, so you don't have to pay any extra for it. Don't get quite such up-to-date books, but there's still some really good books on there. And because it was August and leading up to our holiday, I wanted to read lots of books that were set in sunshiny places, which I managed to do. Although Kate Moss, The Ghost Ship, is one that I've been wanting to read for a long time. That I bought, I think, for my Kindle for 99p because it was on offer. And that you'll see in a minute is my book of the month. I really enjoyed that book. It's the second in a trilogy. I love all of Kate Moss's books, and I just devoured that one, and I can't wait for the third one to come out, which I think is October, so I haven't actually got too long to wait. It'll come out in hardback, but hopefully they'll have an offer for Kindle, and then I can get it on my Kindle. I do like to read those again as paperbacks though, so I've actually got it down on my list to look out for in charity shops, to see if I can find it in a charity shop to pick up and add to my Kate Moss shelf in my wardrobe, which is where I keep a lot of my books. We've got some bookshelves within our wardrobe over the chimney breast where it comes up through the bedroom. It wasn't deep enough for actually for a wardrobe, for shelves or anything, so we just put bookshelves in there, which works really, really well. Anyway, back to the book journal page, and as you can see, I'm doing the cluster down the bottom here. I do add to this in a little while because I'm going through all the books and trying to decide which one was my favourite one, and realised that I hadn't printed one of them out, so I have to go back and print that out, and I stick that down next to this cluster, which doesn't look too bad, not too out of place, and I'm quite pleased with how it looks in the end. So here I've got some stars which I'm just adding. I'm trimming them off so I can tuck them under, and the bits that were left over I decided I might as well use them rather than sweep them into my rubbish bin. So that little one went up the top there, and I still had a bit left, so decided to tuck it over on the left-hand page. And as you'll see, I missed sticking that bird back on the left-hand page when I stuck everything down. So I went back and did that. So now I'm going to punch my holes. Tried to punch through both pages and I couldn't. And you'll see in a minute when I actually do punch through one at a time. The reason why is because I've got a photograph and a word strip that I was trying to go through, and it destroys half the word strip, which is a bit of a pain because I didn't have another one that was suitable, so it took the last word off, so it didn't work. So I had to take that off the photograph, which left a nasty sticky old mess, and I'm starting to think now I probably should have just left it. So I went through the embellishments to see what I could use to cover it up, and use this little tag, and then I think I stick a seashell next to it as well. You see me just struggling here to tuck that in because that doesn't actually go over the sticky bit, of course, that goes under it. And I needed to punch through that a bit more as well, but then I do find a star or a shell, I can't remember, a star, I think it might be starfish, to go over the sticky bit, and that sorts that out. So there we are. Here we are now, just putting the final book that I'd forgotten. It was actually the audio book. I only listened to two audiobooks this month, and that was one of them.
So there we go, my August spread. Still not 100% with it with this COVID, as you can tell, because I put that word strip there and then punched through it, so it didn't make sense. Tore it off and it's left glue residue there, so I just had to try and cover that up a bit, but it's done. Yeah, quite pleased with that. That's going to go into my album, and I will be back. I've just noticed those match up pretty well. I'll be back again soon with another video, and I think the next one will probably be another Traci Reed launch video at the beginning of October with her new collection. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Bye for now.